Okay, so hi everyone, this is Atul Kumar and you are watching uxtrim. And today we are here to just share things. I'm going to actually share how I'm making my own portfolio. And this is the start, right? So here's the plan. I have thought to discuss what I have and what all I am planning to do and what all tools I'll be using. And this is going to be a continuous series, or you can say an hour live sessions. In the middle you can ask me questions about Figma site, Figma, anything, how I'm imagining it and how you can make it possible, how you can make your own portfolio, right? So that's the session, and I have started with. Most of the time I'll be just working and reading out loud whatever going in my mind, so I'll be just putting in the words, right? So I'm not sure how things are working or not, but let me just comment. And great. Okay. All right, so this is how it has been working, and now things are looking a little better. All right, so to start with, I'm going to share my screen and see that how I have been planning it, you know. So first of all, let me just adjust few things and see. Okay, Tilia, great. So this is my current portfolio, and there is another portfolio of mine as well, so I'll be showing that. This is quite old, to be honest. I started this in 2019 and did some work, and every project over here belongs to 2019 work, so 2019 or 20. After that I haven't in fact built a portfolio that great. I was, you know, as most of designers, we are busy working rather than building our portfolio. So I decided that okay, let's just create few case studies and move ahead with it. Recently, I think in December 2025, I created this one. It is pretty simple. I put some of my case studies over here and all the past work, right? So I have here, this is made on Figma site, and after a while I have realized that Figma site is good. In fact, in let's say $20 a month nowadays, what rate is going, or the pricing of Figma, it is giving you a lot of tools, whereas Framer, it costs you $12 a month to access in fact CMS and everything. Although when I compared with other portfolio builder sites, I think Framer came on top, and Framer has a lot of interactions. It makes things easier for you. There are lots and lots of free templates, and that's why you see a lot of, you know, repetition, and all the hiring managers are saying that everyone's portfolio looks the same because it's quicker, easier. You just pick a template and use it. Okay, great. But more than that, Framer has lot of customization and interactions. Such a good interaction list over there that I was quite impressed. The only downside is their pricing and the kind of limitation they have introduced. So like I wanted to have, I don't know, a lot of my projects and case studies over there, but again, without that $12 a month just for one website, in not even like for the whole account, you can't have 10 different sites and still pay $12. You have to pay $12 per site, whereas in Figma I can, with $20 I can have 10 different sites connected to actual domains. So pretty good deal, and that's why I decided let's go ahead with Figma Site. I have individual subscription for Figma, so that's why I use it. Anyway, so it's pretty easy. Not that I'm saying it would be like a breeze. Of course, when you are designing in Figma, it takes effort, but it's similar to Figma design. There are a few add-ons which are the good part of about Figma Sites. So here, pretty simple homepage, right? I made it very narrower to make it an easy adaptation because it was a quick site. Then this is the list of case studies, right? And I thought that whatever major case studies I have worked on, I'll list down here, and I have made a small filter. I do not have anything in terms of case study compiled from Whitehead Junior projects and the Calypso projects. That's why I'm just keeping it simple, and I'll make them appear active when I have case studies. Then I have here my previous work in terms of archive, and yeah, I did a few of actual apps, so those are here. When you click on it, it opens its respective page, and yeah, it's similar to Behance. In fact, I didn't spend a lot of time making it better because I already had. I just grabbed it from here, exported all these long form images from here, and then just put it on individual page. I didn't want to put it or make user go to an external site, which is Behance. I wanted user or visitor to stay on this site itself. That's why I just kept it, right? And yeah, in terms of websites, these many, right? Again, similarly, I just copy pasted these things over here, but those are not the solution, right? That's why I'm revamping it again, and I'm thinking a lot bigger now. This portfolio, what I'm going to make, it's not just for getting a hiring manager's attention. It's also for me, my satisfaction as well, that I want to list down all of my work at one place. It's scattered, it's lost in files. I have a lot of files. In fact, before I got my hands on Figma, right, I think I started working with Figma in Whitehead Junior, like transition from Adobe XD to Figma, right? There I learned a lot, and now all of my files are in Figma itself. But before that, I had worked on many projects which are good in terms of UI, not UX, but in terms of UI, and those are my plus point. I want to show them in my portfolio, and that's why I want to keep it, right? And if you look at this one, right, heavy machines, it was under NDA, so I can't disclose the actual name of the client, but it was a catalog website for a cat franchisee store. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. When I delivered, I have written those. And in terms of graphics, I mean, it was a UI design. Basically, I didn't had a lot of things to work with, so mainly I designed a website based on a little research which I did at this product studio, and I defined basically the theme and UI, and that's how it came up with. I didn't even write all those communication which goes on the website. I mainly solved their interaction and the kind of layout they can have, and gave them plenty of options, and they can just fill it up. And the atomic design methodology, you remember, right? So I made those small components, right? And by combining those components, anyone can build a site. So that's what I designed, and developer developed it, and then they made it active. I shown few of the demos, how they look, how they will interact, and that's how it came out. So yeah, the mega menu, it was really important. So only the important part I highlighted. Otherwise, I don't think there is a need of putting everything on here on this page. So yep, that's in terms of websites, right? An event website, again, it's just a showcase, not the actual website. Just highlighted few things which stand out, the kind of sitemap structure. I designed it in 2020, so again, I feel stupid now. Doesn't have that good appeal, or let's say it's not really organized. But in spite that, I love the way I have worked with the different kinds of elements I designed. Yeah, I like it, that's why I put it. Okay, this is not for someone who is hiring me. This is for just for fun, just for inspiration. If somebody wants to copy few elements, I'm not sure, right? That's why it's in archive, not my main case study. Case studies are also different, right? All the case study might not end up in screens, so it be sure that what you are doing with your case studies. What I feel about case studies is that they have lot of innovation and kind of impact which you have done through design or research or anything, what you have contributed in that project or achieving certain goal. So case study is more like, okay, there was an issue or something happened. Okay, let's just keep it generic for now. Any case study, what's it's about? If it's, let's say, medical case study, right? There are cases in hospital, and doctors show it to their students whom they are teaching, that there was a case, this was the condition, patient went through this and this, we tried different methods, didn't work out, then this doctor suggested this, we did a something bypass surgery kind of new treatment or something like that, and it was a miracle, something happened, we stabilized the patient, the outcome, and all those things, right? Then there are research papers, and people show their cases and case studies that, okay, we were researching this, we found this outcome, this happened, now we can utilize this outcome for this reasons. So remember, what are those case studies? They have something impactful, they did something, right? It's not just the process, they did something. So as long as you're not sure about that your design did some impact, I don't think it's a wise decision to put it in a case study. Put it in a work, right? Put it in something, I designed this, I worked on this, but it's just an experiment, it's just something. I designed these screens, I innovated this, that, but it didn't had an impact. So don't put it in a case study. It's not, it's just a work, right? It's not a case study. So be specific what you want to call it, okay? And yeah, I made things here itself still not complete, right? In terms of landing pages, I built plenty. This is something which I did as an experiment to pitch it to a client as a freelance, but it didn't work out, although I'm really sure about the interaction part and the kind of imagination I had. So the interaction is good. I haven't built it, the page, so that's why I kept it locked. Anyway, again, one page of good communication, and that's why I kept it. Okay, and then the last is about section, where I have written some bit about myself, what I did, my career journey, and what I do in free time. And then in the footer, it's mainly like I'm currently looking to join a cross-functional team, right? And if I, let's say, get something, some opportunity, then I'll join there. Also at the top I have this want to hire me, and then it has my expectation, my specialization, and all these things. It's just a simple way to send it to, you know, HR or someone, and they can just read it and say that, okay, these are the things I'm clear about, my expectations, and they can act upon it, right? So that's pretty simple. Now I found out that this is not something which is very much, you know, in simpler terms, it's not giving the conversion, right? People are not valuing it that much, and in fact it's not showing my full potential, and that's where it's lacking, right? There are things which is not it's not up to the expectation. Let's say here in experience, just one small card, and a person said that I'm expecting more, like what are other experiences I have. So yeah, that's here it's lacking. Okay, so before we start, right, that what I want to do with my portfolio, few things which I started was going through other people's portfolio. I have collected few links, right? And yeah, let's start from here. So I went on wall of portfolios. What's happening? Okay, so somebody has changed the link itself. Anyway, so I went through a lot of portfolios, and over there I realized that, okay, there are a lot of things which I liked about people, liked about these portfolios, and I also want to copy it, or let's say get at least get something similar of on the all those portfolios. And first one, we start from here, right? So it's very clean, simple, and specifically saying that I'm this and what I do, very clean, simple. So I liked it, and also the designation, right? And over here clarity is better than cleverness. Okay, ship it, great way to introduce yourself in very few words. Okay, so about design system, right, I saw a very different pattern. Almost 75% of people have design system as case study. I also have design system as case study, and that's something I wasn't expecting. And the thing is, I was thinking that, okay, I did a really good job, I built a design system, but then I realized that, is it a case study? Is it something which I did something innovative? The answer is no, because everyone is doing it. Figma popularized it when they introduced variables, right? This actually how AI is being sold to you, because if they don't sell you, how will they earn? So yeah, Figma did sold all these design system and keywords. Of course, it existed before design system. In fact, we knew about it, but it boomed when Figma introduced as something which helped by variables and everything. People were using it, but not at that scale. So I hardly say it belongs to a case study unless until it has solved something. In my case, I think people knew, the design team knew that, okay, to bring the consistency, we need design system. And the part I solved was actually bringing it and, making sure that it transitions from design library to the code library. If it is not being used in your codes and is not being followed by your developers, if your code library of design system and design library of design system is not in sync, then you are a lot behind than what rest of the world is doing. So design system is not just the list of or the library of all the patterns and components and everything. It's just one part of it. Then there are guidelines, and then there is implementation. And I'm really trying to emphasize on implementation part. If it is not implemented, it's just a screen or a design, that's it. So be careful when you put design system in your case study. And if it solved something, if let's say it's brought down the design tat or dev tat by some hours or some days or some story points, then of course you have achieved your goal, right? So put your design system wisely when you are building your case studies. Okay, what else? So this is the playground. I think she experimented with AI and put those links here, right? And when you click on it, so it plays the song, and it's really cool. I liked it. So I also thought that, okay, I also want to experiment with different AI tools and build something. So if I do, I'll put it in my portfolio somewhere, and that's now in my to-do list that I will definitely do it. Little bit about, right? Let's look at okay, UI feature design. Let's look at this. Okay, so on the detail page of a case study, these are quick links, and it's very specific. I liked this thing about it, and they are in very short format. So what is a bit of context, and then what is the problem, the competitive analysis, who were doing what, right? And then the design decisions, right, what she did. So I really liked this particular part, and of course the very simple way of layouting it, and then what she actually designed. So a few of the sample or the screens, right? And the impact. Now this is something which a lot of us miss, but we definitely should have impact noted, and what it changed, either a metric or either it did something in terms of moving certain number. I'm not sure, but what changed, what impact we have to write here. And if you do not have the impact, maybe you can just write some estimation or talk to peers or stakeholders and get their opinion on it, that what they think, how much it changed, or what they have observed, right? You get something. So even if you don't have a concrete number, you should write the impact over there. And there is one more section you can add, which is what you can improve now, or what you could have done different, or what is kept for the next phase, right? So there is something, right? There was a scenario, a problem, and you solved it, right? You got some impact. And now, if you had time or if you had something different, what different you might have done? Or let's say if it is very old project, then how differently you have solved it. Just write that. Yeah, it will work, or it will help you at least. For neat, okay, again the design system, reflect. Okay, so he has videos, great. Okay, so he also writes. So having a blog is really good. I mean, you can definitely write it on Medium and you can link it. So it's pretty simple. Or you can just build in Figma Sites with CMS here itself. But on Medium, you will get a lot of viewers, and they will also get benefit from it, whatever you are writing. At least write. And you will get more clarity in your process, in your work, in your thought process, and you will be better at expressing yourself. Yeah, that's for me as well. That's a to-do note for me, that I will start writing few things. I have few things in my mind and I'll try to do it. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask in the comments. I'm reading it live. All right. Okay, so in this format, what is good about it? So role, platform, okay, 0 to 1, let the team of 10. It's very crisp and clear, right? I really liked it. Scope, okay, team, duration 2 years, all right. And the problem was insurance claim process was broken, okay. Measuring success by numbers, great. I mean, look at the impact on the face. So this is the problem, this is the impact. Now whomsoever is reading it will get hooked. So it's really good. Oh, a new stuff which I just saw. I mean, it's really good how the person has shown himself, right? So how was the team? Great, actually. Also told shown the difference between a waterfall and agile. So okay, great. Okay, the problem, parking lot, okay. Oh, this is good. I can click on it and it zooms in. This is good because see, you don't want to have a lot of things put together like one by one, but giving them a clear view in one window, one frame, and then person can zoom in and then see what was happening. Really good way to represent this. Okay, then these are some, I hope. He asked different stakeholders what they think, right, and what was the problem actually. So it's just a validation of all the problems, who said what. And then okay, this is a really good way to actually show the strategy part, that this is what problem is now, and what they are solving, and this is what they will solve later. Good. Design and development, great, great. Although I feel it's detailed, but it's okay. So let's continue. And so I think Nate has put a lot of details, in fact a lot many detail, right? In fact each and every design decision what he has taken. And this is afterwards, this is the sprint, okay, bringing it together, and the screens. See, it is good, but it is not for just, it's not for hiring people, it's for yourself. And to be honest, there are three things which you can do, right? First, portfolio for hiring managers. Second, portfolio is for designers, other designers who can read it, and without in fact going into that domain or working where you have worked, they can learn things from that case study, just like how doctors do, the scientists do, and engineers do, right? They read different case studies, how they solved it. So second use case is that. And third is for yourself to make a collection of whatever you have worked on. And that's specifically because when you have to remember something, or let's say give a reference to that, okay, this is what we did, this is the fine detail which we did, this is the kind of decision we took, and you can actually show it. So you are doing for three people: hiring managers, other designers who are seeking knowledge, and third, for yourself. This is specifically for yourself, right? Because you have put a lot of things. Anyway, moving on. There are other things. A bento grid, great. When I click on it, it shows this. Okay, really cool interaction, actually feels like made with AI. Not sure, it can be Framer as well, because they give these options. Overview, the image, okay, really good interaction, but repetition of this. Architecture, okay, I think it's a developed site with the help of AI, and not sure, but more than a case study, it feels like product promotion. Okay, good. I won't say that it is something out of blue, but good. Okay, this is a new storefront mapping the agentic commerce stack. Okay, but it text to end. Okay, layer 2, layer 3. Okay, so the structure, again, the quick links work. I'm not sure about different case studies what they have written about. Maybe if I read in detail, or maybe I understand it, that what it is all about, then it might be something helpful to me. Next, is there anything good about it? So the one thing which I didn't like is that it's not responsive. And when I click on it, co-create explained. Okay, I like the way she has put things in accordion, and when you click on it, it gives you this kind of view. Okay, problem. Okay, ideation, UI, key screens. Okay, so before and after. Okay, this is good. This part is really good. So whenever you are showing something which you improved, then you can show before and after. It's really a good point. I think if you're improving things, so there are product or case studies types. One is that you are improving it from something to some other thing in the future, and there will be a comparison what it was, what you did, and what you achieved. If it is from scratch, then it requires a lot of competitor analysis and the kind of steps how you reached and you made that okay, this is something which is going to work and what problem it is solving. So rather than just improving certain thing, you are actually solving a problem and you have to put that. Okay, so I like this before and after, so I'm going to copy that and I'll make sure that wherever I get the chance to show that, I'll show it in my case studies. Then here, and again this is Framer, no doubt, but people or mostly designers tend to have this thing. Not bad, but I'm personally not a fan of it. A lot of other people actually like all these stuff, bright, vibrant, big, bold text, but I'm not a particular fan of it, so I'm not going to do that. I'll keep it simple, minimal. We'll talk in simple words and make it little consumable. Before consumable, I think I'll make it scannable, then I'll make it consumable, and also it will have a lot of things separated by different tabs or something like that, menus you can say. Did I like something about it? So okay, how did I come here? Back, and okay, so clever wallet and what it is. Okay, wallet creation, again role, year, focus. Great. Now this is really good and very clear, good to have. Context, great. Then the screens, probably put it here to hook the audience or the visitor so that they can scroll. The problem, okay, then here you have the strategy, the solution, and this is the solution. Okay, so I think you give a fingerprint, you face scan, it will unlock and it will send you a notification. Okay, sample of new icon family for highlighted messages. Okay, great. Then my role, okay, what he did. Oh, I really like this concise and crisp section. right? My role, I did this, right? And this is the impact. Oh my god, a really good way to show a case study. Very simple, plain, uh, simple way to talk about it, and then the impact and the outcome. Great. Okay, see here, impact is put different than the outcome, and a lot of people will think that they should be same. Okay, so outcome can be positive or negative. Outcome can um, bring some different angle to your project success. So maybe let's say a business earned something uh, due to your project, then will you put it in impact or will you put it in outcome? It's up to you to decide. And also here specifically, I think progressive security model reduced onboarding friction without compromising self custody guarantee. Okay, so that's something which business do not actually think that it's an outcome, or let's say your user or your design team might not think that it's an outcome, but something better is happening with the overall product or the user behavior. Not sure, I mean, I can't actually comment on this part, but this person has put those things separately, which is a good thing. Okay, let's talk about Shreyans. Lot of things happening. I'm not sure whether I want to go through it or not, but I'll look for good parts about it and few inspiration which I can take home. Okay, not sure. Let's just open anything. Okay, live Scalar AI Labs. Come on, yaar. Who puts it like that? Okay. So this I really like, and I might going to copy it. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Selected work, and let's see. So here, click for quick context. Okay. Corporate event, 300 employees, VPs and chief. Let's read about it a little bit. Master folio routing. Okay. Some charges like rooms should go to a company. Okay. Okay, great. So where used, where, who uses it, the persona, right, the scope, which platform, and output, and a really good way to showcase in very simple terms. I told you, right, I like the profile of this guy just from the quick snippet, right, how he has put about what he does, right? And this is another part. He really makes things easier for us to consume. Okay, so what to know before reading these, right? Domain terminologies. Okay, good way to present. Current challenges, right? The user interviews, frustrations, goals, jobs needs to be done. And so you don't need a lot of personas, to be honest. The only one which you have worked with for this particular project works, not too many. So whatever you are putting in your case study, again, make it consumable, crisp, and do not put anything which is not required to, if it is giving some context here or if it is giving some validation, you can put it here. But even with this one, right, he is making sure with this bullet pointers that it can be consumed. Okay, so feature impact without routing, with routing. Okay, so what it did, the real problem, request was to redesign the interface. Now this is something where most of designers fail. Business will ask you to just redesign the interface, but to go in depth and find out that what was the problem, it is really important. So with discovery, he has found that interface wasn't the real issue. Structure was. Operation team thinks in reusable billing patterns, but the system forced them to manually configure isolated routing rules. And these are the actual problems which derived, right? And this is very different from the business team what they asked. This is the actual problem, and from here designer can derive their own problem statements. It can be 1, 2, 3, whatever how many problem statements can be derived. It's up to the scale of or complexity of the feature, right? And reframing the challenge, shifting from UI to a structural revamp, and that's what he did. Really simple way to showcase that, okay, from structural mismatch to structural alignment. And design iterations. Okay, iteration 1 rejected, and the final solution is something like this. And trade-offs, lot of senior designers talk about this, that what are the trade-offs which you did. Yeah, I just remembered after reading this term trade-offs that once an interviewer also asked me that what are the trade-offs of the case study you are showing, and what did you do instead. So while showcasing that case study, I realized that it could have been on my case study itself, the validation part. Like Sapta also says, don't just say, show, right? So in case study, you'll have to show whatever you are talking about, and it has to be in form of story, right? It shouldn't be disconnected. So whatever you are saying and however you have solved this problem, make it engaging, that's one thing, but also show that how you did it, what trade-offs you did, and how you solved it. Okay, I think I also need to think more deeply about how I want to present my case studies, and I don't think that all of my case studies will have these trade-offs and constraints. Few of will have many constraints, and few case study might have little to none and might seem obvious, but there would be something different. There would be some other constraints like time limitation, or we have to launch it in 2 days or something like that. So there could be very small innovation or improvisation can be done in 2 days, but again, if that is the constraint, I think you should write it, and also write that if you had given more time, what different you could have done and how better you could have done. So measuring the impact and the reflection, and yeah, Great structure, to be honest. Okay. uh Code Pro. So this is another case study. I think you can go on your own convenient time, right? uh Jennifer Lee. Okay, let's just refresh it. Okay. Okay, selected work. Again, design system. Okay. Service design, agentic UX. Let's just look at this one. Okay, again, great structure. Role, brief, research and discovery, problem, solution, outcome. Quick. A demo. Great. It's so real, not a demo. Anything would work as long as it is showing what you intend. The core concept. Okay, my role, the brief, research and discovery. Okay, so she conducted research, primary research, to host interviews. Okay, so she specifically mentioned what actually she did, right? Three methods and what she heard. Okay. Okay, no existing tool connects territory intelligence, host identity and guest preference into a single experience. That gap where we work. Okay, the problem. Okay. Problem. Each actor in system is optimizing for wrong thing. Profit from quality or volume. Okay, optimized for identity. I'll have to sit down and understand about all these, but if you think that I'll give it more time, then I don't think so. If I am a hiring manager, uh, looks good because I'm not reading it as of now, but I read this one, right? At least I got the gist of it, but I'm not reading this one. Moving on. Okay, too much of interaction in one frame. I don't think that this is a good idea. Personally, I don't like it, but let's see. Okay, so a thumbnail showing components, agentic AI for informed financial capability enhancement in India. Okay, too much heavy word. I have to think 3 times to in fact understand it. Can be simplified. Simple words might not kill the mood of it, but not sure. 6 months. Okay, graduation project, master of design, information design. Research hypothesis. Okay. Literature review, ethnography. For a student, I think this is really good. But rather than a story, Siddhant has followed a cookie cutter format, right? just named it differently. So I don't think I can get inspiration from it. Anyway, what else? Okay, first interaction. So lovable. Okay, code, Flutter, chess, senior designer, AI builder, developer, and chess player. Great. Now project, web design, problem, research, solution. These things are not mapped actually. So what is the relation between the problem, right, and the kind of research he did, and what was outcome, and how he derived the solution from these research, right, how he came up with these solutions. So that connection is missing. Again, good effort on compiling these things, but they're not connected. Robot. Okay. Okay, just one click. Can't click on these. I don't know. Work, uniblock. Okay. There is few good things. First of all, this one. In 2024, it looked like this. Again, before and after. Really good way. And after this, with interaction with the recording. So good way to present your images and the workings of it, rather than just putting it in terms of screens. So this works, and what it does, but I'm not sure if it is about. Okay, so this is a website. All right, so pricing, great. Yeah. Okay, design system, before and after here, dashboard or something. Okay, great. I think I can get inspiration from this before and after, then I'll move on. Okay, Framer or Notion, I don't know, is it Notion or is it Framer? Oh wow. So quick snaps of all different images inside the thumbnail, and this is good. This is another good interactive element. Great. I liked it. Without going inside, I can see the different things from here itself. So let's go inside. Oops. Yeah. What? Huh? This is a website. Okay. Let's click on this. Okay, this is also a website. Sorry, my bad. It is good, this part, but I don't know. I just put in the link of the website to see for yourself. I don't know the story behind your work. What will I learn from it? Even if I'm a designer, let's say I'm not a hiring person, if I'm a designer, what will I learn from it if I'm just getting this? Then Tanvi. Okay. Okay, I also had this in mind, So she has separated it. I liked people who actually make things easier for others to consume, and they are very organized. So I like the organization before, and because again I'm doing the same thing, right? And she has done it here. But also in terms of story, so hi, I'm Tanvi, a product designer who loves to create who loves creating simple designs, driving outcomes, and shaping strategies. Currently designing at Apple. Okay, and some of my projects and experiences. Sales dashboard. So again, if you are this is very interesting, right? So when you are applying for different domain, if you keep things separate, if you have let's say if you are applying to fintech, then you can open by default you can give the link of this particular tab to the fintech. So when they will open this particular link first, right? If let's say you are applying to a SaaS, then you can have a list of all your projects within SaaS and you can send that. So having domain separated projects will help you achieving your goal faster, right? So it's really a good way to categorize your projects and also make it relevant to the hiring managers. And if they go back and look at all other projects, then it's just a good to have. But when they land first, I think with little bit of intro, you can have domain specific projects listed in that specific URL which you are sending. So it's up to you now how you design your website, or how do you design your portfolio. In her free time, she likes to illustrate, and her skills in design, in strategy, and her stacks, what she uses. I'm also using this stack and skill thing, but in different format. Testimonials, really good to have. And instead of having testimonials just from your peers or your immediate manager, I think having testimonials from different stakeholders is, I think, will be more meaningful. Let's say from developers, how they feel about you. If you are working with a dev team, then person who is hiring would be little reassured that okay, this person has worked with developers and they liked her work, the style, how she works. And from PMs, from other members of other departments whom you have worked with. And yeah, I mean, not something irrelevant. I don't think that if you get a testimonial from a canteen guy, it would help, but some relevant people who are not specifically designers, right? Having a design perspective, or let's say if I want to give a feedback to any other designer, it would be more into design perspective, or in more like a design person itself. But when it really comes to, you know, having a team effort or team dynamics, I think testimonial of other people, other relevant people makes more sense. If it is from founders, if it is from other VPs, right, then it will help you get leadership roles easily. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that's one group. Then I have more groups, but before that I'll take a small break. All right, so I'm back, and yeah, and let's see. So let's go back, and Now open our next set of portfolio group, and okay, this is not working, as I can see. Yeah, it's just the HTML. Let me just refresh it. Oh, it's not working. Next. So okay, okay, case studies. It's very slow. I think whatever you make it snappy and quick. Do not put a lot of interaction and make it slower, right? It just kills the mood, and we can, I mean, anybody would just close it. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I like these two things. Um, so tabs at the bottom to navigate on this page, right? But it's way too long. Again, if I'm doing it for myself, then I'll put this much of detail that I this, I did this, that, analysis, everything. But nowadays in 2026, I don't think that people have this much of time, unless until I am not researching. I won't spend time on someone else's resume, sorry, portfolio. I'm moving to another one. So sort of Spinny, Locust, brands I have worked with. Good way to start. I'm product designer and AI builder, leading design system at Locust. One thing for sure, whomsoever owns a design system, they have logical mind and they think a lot in terms of systems. So because see, design system, if you are making it work or building it from scratch in Figma and then handing it over to dev, having a logical mind is really important, because then you will be able to figure out that how the system will work, how it will scale, how things will behave, right? And how you can make it consistent. So your type of project also tells about you, that what kind of mindset you have. For recent experience, I think showing logos is good, but I think having little more detail, that at Locus what he actually does, or at Shift Labs what he did. One word doesn't make a difference that much, in fact. So about Blaze checkout, it's related to payment. Reduced payment support tickets by 27.41% during peak UI traffic. So this is really clean, crisp headline, right? And in one sentence, I'm able to figure out what this case study is about or what this project is about. So the company, role, timeline, and team, and at a glance, problem, solution, outcome, really good way. And then the details, context, scale at that time, great, how Blaze fits in, so how it works, their own tool or feature, the problem. Okay, so from here to here that okay, this is happening, and then what's actually broken. Inside UPI app, plays UPI payment flow. Okay, so from here opens UPI app, sends, goes here, and still processing. Okay, so this is the real problem. During peak hours, this gap could stretch 2 minutes, and that's what sort of solved it for. And here, right, so in terms of exploration, he have written here what I ruled out, right? So exploration 1, just a text with illustration, different illustrations, I can say. So if it is 0 to 30 seconds, show this. If it is 30 to 60 seconds, then change it, and then 60 plus, make it red that okay, it's about to do. And decision, okay, how Indian shopkeepers wait. Shopkeepers do not pretend everything is fine. He checks alongside you. When the payments lands, he smiles and thanks you. Okay, actually you are able to connect with this statement, right? This is the kind of ease you need in your case study when anybody reads it and connects it with you. And simplifying your problem or solution or your thinking is your job. So design principle, okay. Mirror doesn't reassure, okay. Acknowledge, don't mask. Escalate, then hold, okay. Thank, don't notify, okay. Solution, confident, concerned, worried. Okay, so this is what they went ahead with. Confident, okay, it is confirming, but if it's getting delayed, it's concerning, and then after 60 seconds it's worried, right? The pushback, PM raised a fair concern. Won't showing concern make users more anxious, okay. Okay, great. I think that's a valid concern, right? And what they shipped, illustration happening easily, okay, looking at the time, and then something else, and when it's done, it's thanking. So before and after, I mean, I really like this case study. I don't have any question or issues with it. I mean, I like the way he has presented it, and I like the way I understood this case study in one go. So really good, I think. It's, can I copy? Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. First, at a glance, really good. I can copy that, and all those context setting, really good work, sort of. Okay, what else? Martha and a good mess, okay. Okay, freelance product designer specialized in SaaS, B2B, and mobile apps, transforming complex product challenges into a simple, intuitive experience. We work, get in touch, download, CV, clear cut, CTS. I liked this part. And her skills, right? Yeah, interaction design, prototyping, usability testing. Good way. Case studies, okay. Dashboard, this is mobile app. Let's see this one. So having fit IM ERP, maybe some other good hook title would work really well. And I don't know about fit IM something. Nonetheless, let's start. So overview, 1000 plus drawings, 180% error reduction, and cross department ERP. Okay, a lot of things at once. So who I designed it for, technical office, sales and production, and fragile documentation system, what is it, before Excel workflow, create drawing, log code in Excel. Okay, manual search and send. Okay, 4 systematic failures. Okay, real issue wasn't Excel. Then what was the real issue? The solution required designing the product architecture itself. Okay, but there is no proof, or maybe you didn't tell me that how what was the actual problem, like how you defined it. There is a hierarchy issue for sure. And okay, designing a single source of truth. So basically you are automating things from here to maybe some automated processes or dashboards. So can I make it simple? Like before it was on ground physical process, or let's say digital, semi-digital process, and then you just translate it into a dashboard, or somewhere you can just manage things at once. But what are the challenges you faced, and what are the different ideation you did? I mean, I'm not very much interested in your ideation. How many path did you find, or was there any other way apart from just creating this screen? Okay, so when you are solving any product, I think there are 3 things which most of product people or product designers do. First, if it's hot burning lava, like you have to do it right now, right? So we do a hot fix, immediate, what we can do now within 1 hour or 1 day or so on, right? Quick fix. Then we roll out a improved version, but it's not 100% sure, and that we take certain time, we understand what is the actual problem, what we are doing, and then we build something within a week or in span of 2 weeks. And while we are doing it, we find out a lot of other problems as well, and there we actually decide how much we want to solve now and how much we want to solve in different phases, phase 2, 3, 4, right? Although in startups or in few other places, I think phase 2, phase 3 is just something which gets sold. But if you are actually solving it strategically, then I think solving it in phase 1, the portion which is required now, not just a quick fix, and then actually working towards making sure that your phase 2 is done and gets implemented, and afterwards the phase 3. So yeah, I mean, we do solve in phases, and 3 things: immediate, fix, hot fix, and then what we can do for now and what we will do later. 3 things. Okay, right, let's go back. Can we get something from here? I don't know, but one thing I'm very sure about is the quick link. Okay. Structure is good. I like the card structure. In fact, I was also thinking of something similar, in fact. So read the case study bit about this and that, and a few of the sample images which we can put as a carousel over here. So yeah, I was thinking about this, and then see more work. Great. So these are the picked ones. What should we open? design system. Again, why I don't want to go into detail of design system. So building my Sesame mobile app for better learning experience. Okay, so this is the brand name or the app name of an education platform or something similar. Company scope, okay. Role, challenges, okay. Design process, strategy, interview, okay. Competitive analysis, persona, come on. Now you can see the difference. What are the things happening over here? It's too much, right? I know he has worked a lot on this, made all the interactions, made everything. But if this is a case study, right, the outcomes and everything you have written, if this is a case study, then it should be crisp, clean, and consumable. I should be able to understand while just scanning and then going into a bit of detail. That's it. I'm not very much interested in going through one by one, and even if I want to learn from it, I want the cream out of it, not everything you have done. So what was your learning, what different you did, what could have been different, and what is the basic outcome, what you kept it for the future, any learnings which will impact future designs. Those sort of things, as a designer, I would like to learn. As a hiring manager, I would just want to learn about the kind of impact you made and the kind of innovation or anything you did in terms of design. Those things. Great. Okay. Framer. Okay. It was working when I put it in my list, but not anymore. Okay, so Bruno. Great. Where I thrive, 17 years of building digital products across education, finance, and identity. I work at the intersection of product strategy and design, partnering with teams to ship experiences grounded in clarity and impact. Leadership and strategy, craft and execution, and communication. Okay. So this is banking, telecom, e-commerce by Unico. Okay. The problem. In practice, I liked these interaction, but I don't think I'll put it in my case study. He's a product designer and have chosen to show things differently, but for me specifically, I won't put these little interactions out of context. I don't know what they represent. I mean, I can figure it out by looking at it, but just the glimpse, right? What it is doing. Interactions actually help make your product better, right? Micro interaction and interactions. So when I'm solving a problem, if my interaction is helping in certain way, in moving a metric or moving my design further, then I'll put it. But if it just good to have, or it is more to do with a delightful experience, I don't think that I'll put it in a case study. I'll put it on my portfolio site somewhere, or maybe even in this one, it can be there, but as an additional section, not directly in my case study showing as an impact. So I like the representation, but it will belong to another category. Okay, I really like uh, the font size and hierarchy over here, chosen more or less Apple like UI for the portfolio. So yeah, I like this one, who I am, and that's great. Hmm. Anyway, I'm moving on. Inspiration. Okay. Really good shots. Moving on to Karthik. I design and scale product experiences that deliver business impact and measurable outcome. Okay. Okay. Resume, book a call, homework about contact, Dream 11 Joho, Adobe Award winner. Okay, great. Case studies. So, Sixer mobile retention. Okay, Sixer is the name of the app. Okay. Case study again, thumbnails. Okay. Somebody messaged hi. Okay, I'll just reply. All right. Now, looking at this one, improving activation through system intelligence and faster time values. So case study is one primary case study, and then two other publishing soon, impact numbers at each. Okay, I'm not sure whether they are per company or organization or per app. About me. So these are the stacks. Okay, and founding designer to head of design. Okay, Dream 11. So what he thinks about it, how I built it, so his process. Let's connect. These things are good. I don't know whether they are having a lot of they make a lot of difference, but these things are good. Let's look at the case study, how he have solved it. Wait. Okay, let's back to our portfolio reviews and gathering some inspiration. So product context, problem statement. Okay, so this is the retention, weekly retention, daily retention. Okay, validating the assumption through multiple lenses. Okay, findings and design principle, final solution, old UI, new UI. If this problem and this solution and the kind of research he did, right, and the validation of research, So these are the design decisions, which is good, but the connection between the problem, the kind of solution he proposed, and the kind of outcome he got, right, and how that problem was being solved by that particular element or that particular decision, that connection is missing. And we have directly the outcome. So I think just a small part, that connection is missing. Otherwise this case study is short, crisp, and to the point. Okay, creative head, is it half or is it the placement? I'm not sure. Oh, oh, it's the mobile responsive issue. Anyway, okay, building the branding, design, and visual director with global experience. Okay, coffee. This is specifically for. Oh, it is. He is a creative director. Okay, and it's good. Yes, their things are a little different. But as a creative director as well, I think you should tell about the problems and solution you came up with. Okay. Okay, generative AI, a lot of things are there. Interactive and fun. Okay, so these are testimonials, right? Building GTM agent for research and outreach. Explore live. Okay, this is voice flow, building conversational agent experience. This is good, in fact, because AI is in a lot of limelight, then I definitely want to read about it. Voice flow is a platform for building AI agents. Okay. So node to node connectors to create agents. Attachments, voices. So without going into the depth, right, I think he has written about the voice effect, right, the challenge with the voice effect, the solution, and impact. Okay, I'm not very much experienced in designing AI tools or AI agents, but I think this is little disconnected again. So challenge, user replies with limited. Is it a challenge or is it a blocker or something which, I don't know, is it a challenge or is it a problem or something which is missing from the flow, and you are just suggesting the solution? I'm not very certain about the structure, but I know that what kind of problems they were solving, right, when creating an agent you have a lot of nodes, and each node can be customized to give different outcome, right? One can be trigger, one can be variable setter, one can be analyzer. A lot of things are there, and for each node you will have to solve different needs, right? So yeah, in building a product, it's good, but if you are building it from scratch, I think you should talk about the native problem, uh, how a user is doing any journey right now and how he will be automating it through this agent, right? So two different user journeys, and that would make more sense if I'm a product designer, and if somebody is who is hiring you as a product designer, and of course who understand all these things, will be impressed and can hire you, and also who is learning can understand that what are the differences uh, which is translated into designing this. Anyway, it's good, but if I talk about putting it in a case study, I don't think that it's doing 100% justice to call it a case study. It's good work. Okay, so Rakshit, a designer who builds, okay, the work, Gen AI experiments. Yeah, when I started this live session, with the first portfolio, I said that I also want to have something like AI experiments in my portfolio. So it's good to have. Nice interaction. Okay, now it's not moving. Aisha. Okay. Anyway, let's look at one of the case studies. Okay. Fast exit. Solving for the most critical second in trading. Okay. Okay. Bro, I think that you should work with IRCTC. they die. They die at when it's 10 o'clock and you have to do Tatkal bookings. Uh, so if you have solved something for critical seconds, I think it make more sense over there. Anyway, good to know. Problem. Okay, multiple steps to exposition. Oh great, this is very clear cut problem. So multiple steps, simplified it to one step, just one gesture, and that's how it solved it. Yeah, little bit of exploration and solution and before and after. Great. I like the thinking over here. So light impact, because it's tapping, then moving to the left, and then after exited it's again light impact. Okay, great. Now this Piyush Kumar, okay, product designer and builder. I feel most alive when I am in process of making something beautiful. Okay, I don't want to read this much. Give me a sec. Okay, so let's continue with this one. Piyush Kumar, right? And okay, the work: crafting Bewakoof, interaction design, product design, landing page, expertise, 2 years of experience, hero section, before and after. Okay, let's look at one case study or work. So introduction, problem, old PDP problem. Okay, I liked how he has put the problem in a video loop to make more sense of it, and the solution. Okay, now I feel like, I mean, everyone is using okay, let me say this way. I use Blinkit, Swiggy, and many other tools, and I interact with lot of innovation. Swiggy team does lot of innovation in terms of design elements and interactions, and other people copy and other designers copy. Not a bad thing, but to some extent, me personally, I don't feel like I am innovating something new. I'm using it in my own domain rather than in food or delivery domain. Still, I feel that I'm not innovating something new. Specifically, if I'm just solving it with something similar, it's good that you are using, but putting it with your own personal take would make more sense, right? Why you did this? These are the things which are there, items added to the bag and what it represent, and you are doing saving this much, creates urgency and everything. Your design decision, right, need a backing, and need something that, okay, this was not working here, and that's why I used this particular thing, used this kind of copy, and that's what it solved. Before result and after result. Again, see, you have seen it somewhere, you are using it, great, but you should show what was the before impact and what was the after impact, although you knew that, okay, you have done something which is available in other apps, because that is important. That is where you put your brain, that users who are buying from Blinkit or Swiggy or any other urban area, right, any other urban area apps, are the same users who can potentially buy from bewakoof.com. So there we can draw that similarity. All right, guys, I think 2 of the groups is good enough, right? And it's about to be 10, and I'm also hungry a little bit, and I'll wait till here till 10 o'clock. And if you have any question, want to ask something from me, please go ahead, write in the comments. I'm waiting. And till the time, I think I can just browse around and see that what I want to make, right? I haven't in fact taken any screenshot and put it somewhere to compile or put it as a reference that, okay, I want these things. So I'll be doing it in my next sessions. There it will be less talk, and I think I have 2 more portfolio groups which I went through, and I will probably talk about those in my next session, and then I'll start working on my own portfolio, starting from the ideation part, what all I want to put it, and then the structuring part. Also at the same time, I'll show you how I'm creating it in Figma Site, along with all the variables and light mode and dark mode, and different components, different interactions, CMS, right? And now we have all those Figma motion and shaders. I'm not sure whether they are supported in Figma Site or not, but I'll try. If they do, it's great. I mean, it makes a lot of my time easier. Those, I mean, what I get in Figma motion, I get a lot of customization, by the way, but in Framer it's a little bit easier to do those interactions. So if you want to make it on Framer, I think it's the best choice, but again the cost is the factor. And if you have a Figma subscription, I think you can use Figma Site. It's 98% good in comparison to Framer, right? And yeah, what else? All right, so I'll wait till 10 o'clock, and then I'll sign off. You can ask for any question. And okay, all right guys, I hope you like this session, and I'll continue this session soon, and please stay tuned. Whenever I schedule, just get notification on, and we'll continue with another set of portfolios. I think I have 2 groups left, and I would be making it a little quicker next time. And in my third session I'll start working on my portfolio. Although I have started, I have figured it out, but then I'll tell you about what I am thinking and how I'm planning and what other things I'm doing on Figma Site. All right, so see you in my next session. Till then, bye bye, take care. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and watch rest of my videos. You can find something better, right? So yeah, bye bye, take care.